Let us see topic 2.7, significant figures of chapter 2. We know that every measurement involves errors. Thus, the result of every measurement should be reported in such a way that it indicates the precision of the measurement. We know that while measuring there remains some error. That's why it is necessary to give the measurement in such a way so that we can come to know what is the amount of precision in this measurement. Normally, the measurement is a number that includes all the digits that are certain and reliable plus the first digit that is uncertain and not reliable. Now this is very interesting. Let us understand with the example. If length L is given as 28.75 centimeter, then here 2, 8 and 7 are certain and so they are reliable digit. But the digit 5 is uncertain and so it is not reliable. See, in this measurement, this 2, 8 and 7 all are certain, but this 5 is not certain. Why it is not certain? Because we don't know what is there after 5. For example, if the measurement exactly is, let us say 28.759, let us say, we don't know this 9, but let us say if it is 7.759, then this measurement is very close to 28.76 rather. So you can see instead of this 5, here now we are having this 6. This is because of this 9. Now instead of this 9, if it is let us say 1, then you can say this is 5 only, means after 7 this will be nearly 5. So here unambiguity remains always. Because we don't know what is after 5, that's why the 5 itself is uncertain. We can't say that 5 is certain, it remains uncertain. So this digit is uncertain and these 3 are certain. In any measurement, the certain digits plus the first uncertain digit all are known as significant digits or say significant figures. Though this 5 is uncertain, still with this certain and this first uncertain, all of these digits are known as significant figures. Here we can say the number of significant figures are 4, that means 2, 8, 7 and 5. These 4 are the number of significant figures or say significant digits. If we say the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is t is equal to 1.62 second, the digits 1 and 6 are reliable and so they are certain also, while the digit 2 is uncertain. Still it is significant. Thus the measured value has 3 significant figures, we should say. As we have discussed already, this 1 and 6 are significant. This 2 is uncertain. Still it is the first uncertain number, that's why it is considered as significant. Always remember, all the certain and the first uncertain, this all are considered as significant because this 2 is also valuable. We cannot just ignore this 2, it is also valuable, that's why this is considered as significant. So here we can say there are total 3 significant figures. Significant figures indicate the precision of measurement which depends on the least count of the measuring instrument. This is very important. Significant figures, that how many significant figures or how many significant digits are there, that all depends on the precision of measurement. More the significant number, more the precision is. So, let me give you an example. If I write length L is equal to, let us say, 2.5 centimeter. If I am writing 2.5 centimeter, I am writing here 2.5 centimeter. That means this is a measurement done by a simple scale, meter scale. But if I measure it with a vernier scale, then I can measure up to, let us say, 2.57 centimeter. So now the significant figures are 3, 2, 5 and 7. If I go further and if I measure it with micrometer screw, then I can write it like, means I can measure it up to 2.571 centimeter. So now the number of significant figures are 4. So you can see, as the number of significant figures are increasing, it is due to that the precision is increasing. Micrometer screw is more precise than vernier calipers. Vernier is more precise than meter scale. So in short, we can say, more the significant figures, more the precision is. The rules for determining the number of significant figures can be understood from the following example. Here few examples are given along with the rules. Let us see one by one. A change of different units does not change the number of significant digit or figures in the measurement. See, if you are changing the unit, it does not change the number of significant figures. Suppose you are writing a measurement, let us say length from centimeter to meter or from meter to kilometer or something like that. In this case, the number of significant figures does not change. For example, the length 2.308 centimeter has right now 4 significant figures. It is having 4 significant figures. That's very obvious. 2, 3, 0 and 8 all are significant right now. But the same value can be written as 0.02308 meter. This was in centimeter, now I am writing it in meter. Or you can also write it like 23.08 millimeter, or you can also write it like 23080 micrometer. See, here we are changing the units. We are changing the units, but the significant figures should not change. The number of significant figures should not change. There are 4 significant figures right now, and here also it should be 4, and here also it should be 4, here also it should be 4. Now, to make this clear, we need to see further. All these numbers have the same number of significant figures, that is 2308, that is 4. This shows that the location of decimal point has no consequence in determining the number of significant figures. By changing the location of decimal point, number of significant figures does not change. I know you might have some question about these 2 zeros and this 0 as well, because if I say that the number of significant figures are 4 here, and here also there are 4, here also there are 4, and here also there are 4, then obviously what about this 0 and this zeros? That is coming next. See, all the non-zeros in a digit are significant. Any non-zero is significant. All the zeros between two non-zero digits are significant, no matter where the decimal point is, if it is there at all. Let us say if there is a measurement like 460.05, both the zeros are significant here. If there is a measurement like 460.05, then these zeros are between this 4, 6 and 5, means it is between non-zeros. So all the zeros between non-zeros are significant. That's why these zeros are significant. If the number is less than 1, the zeros on the right of the decimal point but to the left of the first non-zero digit are not significant. See this, if the number is less than 1, that means you are going to write it in form of, let us say 0.5 or 0.6 or something like that. So in that case, the 0 will not be considered as significant. For example, in 0.002308, the underlined zeros are not significant. Here, these zeros are not significant. The terminal or say trailing zeros in the number without a decimal point are not significant. This is also very interesting. For example, if you write 123 meter, 123 meter, this is in meter. Now if you write it in centimeter, then it becomes 12,300 centimeter, and if you write it in millimeter, then it becomes 1,23,000 millimeter. All of them have 3 significant numbers. The trailing zeros are not significant. As we have said that if you change the unit, the number of significant figure does not change. So following that rule, here there are 3 significant numbers. So here also there should be 3 only, and here also there should be 3 significant numbers. That means these zeros are not significant. Mind well, again I am saying the trailing zero in the number without a decimal point, here there is no decimal point, you can see, without the decimal point are not significant. Still you might have some difficulty or say some question here, that how can we don't consider this as significant? Because in physics, this is not a way of writing the length in centimeter. If you want to write it in centimeter, then you have to put it something like this, that it should be 1.2300 into 10 raised to 4 centimeter. If you write this way, then this 0 will be considered as significant. But this is not the right case, or this is not the right thing right here, because if 123 meter is written in centimeter, then you would obviously prefer to write it like 1.23 into 10 raised to 4 centimeter. You will prefer to write this way only. If I give you a length 1.123 meter, and if I ask you to write it in form of centimeter, in physics you have to write it form of 1.23 into 10 raised to 4 centimeter. So here the significant numbers are 3 only. It was 3 previously, and right now also it is 3. So as I said, this is not exactly the way of writing measurement of any physical quantity in physics. That's why even if it is written, these zeros are not considered as significant. Now, the trailing zeros in number with a decimal point are significant. Here the trailing zero were not considered to be significant because it was not having decimal, but if it is having a decimal point, then it is considered to be significant. For example, if a measurement is written like 3.500, or if it is written like 0.06900, then here all of these 4 digits are significant. Here also these 4 digits are significant. These zeros are not considered as significant, but this 6, 9 and this last zeros, trailing zeros, are significant because this number is having a decimal point, you can see. This number is also having a decimal point. That's why the trailing zeros are considered to be significant. Again, why it is so? Because if you are writing 3.500 instead of just saying 3.5. That means you have measured this 0. By some instrument, you have measured up to these zeros. Means you want to say that it is 3.500 exactly. It is not 3.501. You have measured it and it came like 3.500 only. It doesn't came as 3.501 or let us say 3.499 or something like that. That's why you have written this to 0 and so it is considered as significant. Let us see one more example regarding the trailing 0. Suppose a length is reported to be 4.700 meter. It is evident that the zeros here are meant to convey the precision of measurement and therefore they are significant. As I said previously, if you are writing this to 0, that means you have measured it. With some instrument you have measured it. If the instrument was not having enough precision, then you might have just written it as 4.7 or you might have written it as 4.70. But you have written it as 4.700, that means you have measured it and it came exactly 4.700. It was not 4.699, it was not 4.701, it was exactly 4700 and that's why you have written. So these zeros are important, these zeros are a measured value, they are not kept just hypothetically. So that's why these two zeros are considered as significant. Now, seventh rule. To remove ambiguities in determining the number of significant figures, every measurement is reported in scientific notation, means in the power of 10. Let us understand this. Scientific notation, remember, in physics we write all the measurements in scientific notation to remove all these ambiguities. How? Let's see. In this notation, every number is expressed as a into 10 raised to b. Whatever is the measurement will be represented as a into 10 raised to b form, where a is a number between 1 and 10. A is a number between 1 and 10. It doesn't exceed 10. And b is any positive or negative exponent, that means power of 10. Now what is this? Let us understand. The exponent, that means the power b of 10 is called as order of the magnitude of the physical quantity. When only an estimate is required, it is said that the quantity is of the order of 10 raised to b. Let us understand this by one example. Suppose the diameter of earth is measured exactly as 128.1234.5 meter. I am just assuming this value. Suppose it is measured in this form. Now, as per the rule of scientific notation, it should be written in form of a into 10 raised to b type, where a should be less than 10. It should be between 0 and 10. And the rest should be written in form of 10 raised to b power. So I should write this in form of 1.281234.5 into 10 raised to 7 meter. So this becomes the scientific notation. I have written the diameter of earth in scientific notation, and then after some of the value can be just rounded off, and we can round off this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so you can write it like 1.28, and so it can be written as 1.28 into 10 raised to 7 meter. So the diameter of earth, when it is written as 1.28 into 10 raised to 7 meter, it is said to be of the order of 10 raised to 7 meter. Now you can call this that the diameter of earth is of the order of 10 raised to 7 meter. The same way, the diameter of hydrogen is 1.06 into 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So, it is said to be of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Here it is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So, it is said to be of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Thus, the diameter of earth is larger of the order of 10 raised to 17 than the hydrogen atom. Here it is very clear that the diameter of earth is of the order of 10 raised to 7 meter and diameter of hydrogen is of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter. That is why we can say the diameter of earth is 10 raised to 17 times larger than the diameter of hydrogen. It is often customary to write the decimal after the first digit. For example, length L, that is 4.700 meter, is measured. That can be written as 4.700 into 10 raised to 2 centimeter, or say 4.700 into 10 raised to 3 millimeter, or say 4.700 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilometer. Note that here I am not adding or removing any zero, because there were 4 significant numbers here. So, that should remain 4 only, because that shows the precision level. If you change any 0, that means you are changing the precision level. That is why I have written here 4.700. Here also there are 4 significant numbers. Here also there are 4 significant numbers. Here also there are 4 significant numbers. Now, the digit 0 conventionally put on the left of the decimal for a number less than 1 never is a significant. This we know already. For example, if you write 0.1250, the leftmost 0 is not significant. However, the 0 at the end of such number are again significant measurement. This 0 is not significant, but this 0 is significant because this is having a decimal and this is considered to be trailing 0, so it is significant. Now, this is very important, the 9th one, and you have to remember it while solving numericals. The multiplying or dividing factors which are neither rounded numbers nor numbers representing measured values are exact. If there are any number in multiplication or division which are not any rounded number or which are not representing any measurement, they are not any measurement, then they are a fixed number. And if they are a fixed number, if they are an exact number, they have infinite number of significant digits. They are considered to be having infinite number of significant digits. For example, radius r is d by 2, that means diameter by 2. And for example, if you take the circumference s is equal to 2 pi r. So, here this 2 and this 2 are not any rounded number, they are not any measured value, they are exact values. This 2 shows that the diameter is halved, and this 2 shows that the pi r is doubled. That is why the factor 2 is an exact number and it can be written as 2.0, 2.00, 2.0000 as required, because this 2 is exactly 2. It is not a measurement, so it is not having any sort of error. So, you can write this 2 as 2.0 also, 2.00, 2.000, even 0, up to infinite you can add zeros. Whatever number you want, number of zeros you want to add, you can add there. So, it is considered that this 2 is having infinite significant numbers, because you can write it up to infinite this way, 2.000 so on. So it is having infinite number of significant digits. The same way, t is t by n. So n is an exact number here. This n is considered as exact number here. Even though if n is, let us say, 2.5, then you might have written t is equal to small t by 2.5. So in this case also, this 2.5 is an exact number. That's why it is considered to be as 2.50000 and so on. So it is having infinite number of significant digits. So this n is considered as exact number.